Have you ever stopped to think why some men our age can walk into any environment and automatically transmit an aura of success and prosperity, even when they're not wearing anything extravagant or expensive? Over these years, I've noticed that there's a fundamental difference between men who simply dress well and those who really have style. And I'll tell you something, this difference isn't in the price of clothes, but in smart choices that anyone can make. Today, I'm going to share with you the 7 things that really transform masculine style after 40 and make you look prosperous effortlessly. And look, item number 6 is something that completely changed my perception about elegance. It's a strategy that most men ignore, but that makes all the difference, so stay with me until the end because, in my experience, applying these tips will elevate your level of sophistication in a way you can't even imagine. Tip 1. Invest in superior quality PICS. Let's start with something I learned the hard way, the difference between buying cheap and buying well. For years, I had that mentality of the more pieces, the better. I filled my wardrobe with clothes that looked good in the store, but after a few washes already showed signs of wear. The problem is that low-quality pieces not only last less, but also never manage to transmit that impression of prosperity we want. They fade, lose their shape, and end up making you look sloppy. The solution that changed my perspective was simple. Instead of buying 5 cheap shirts, buy 2 of superior quality. The difference in fit, durability, and overall appearance is brutal. When you invest in quality pieces, they maintain their original shape for years. The fabrics age well, and you automatically convey a more sophisticated image. The practical tip: always prioritize quality over quantity. It's better to have fewer pieces that really work than a wardrobe full of clothes that don't do you justice. And look, if you're noticing that these tips make sense, subscribe to the channel because I have much more practical experiences to share. Tip 2. Keep clothes perfectly fitted. Now, let's talk about something fundamental, the perfect fit of clothes. A few years ago, I bought a suit that cost considerable money. It was from a good brand, excellent fabric, but when I wore it, something wasn't right. It seemed like I was wearing borrowed clothes. That's when a friend suggested I take it to a tailor for adjustments. The transformation was impressive. The same piece that before seemed common, after the adjustment gained an elegance I didn't even know was possible. The secret is understanding that each man's body is unique, and store clothes are made for an average standard. When you adjust pieces to your specific body, they automatically gain a sophistication that's priceless. I'm not just talking about suits, shirts, pants, even jeans look infinitely better when they're the right size. The strategy is, whenever you buy an important piece, consider the cost of adjustment as part of the investment. If these tips are making sense to you, how about leaving a like on the video? It's a simple gesture that makes all the difference. Each interaction helps our content reach more people who deserve to have access to this information. Tip 3. Adopt a sophisticated color palette. At this point made a huge difference in my appearance, developing a more mature and sophisticated color palette. When we were younger, we could wear practically any color, but after 40, certain choices can make us look inappropriate for our social position. What I noticed is that more neutral and sophisticated colors like navy blue, charcoal gray, beige, chocolate brown, and earth tones create an elegant base that works in any situation. This doesn't mean dressing like a conservative executive every day. It means using these colors as a base and adding touches of personality through accessories or textures. The advantage of this approach is that your clothes will always match each other, making it easier to put together looks for daily life. Tell me in the comments, have you ever tried working with a more restricted color palette? What was your experience? Tip 4. Take care of details and ACC usos who arise. Let's talk about something that separates men with style from the rest. Attention to details. You know those moments when you see a well-dressed guy and can't identify exactly what makes him look so elegant. Most of the time, it's the details that make the difference. I'm talking about a quality watch, a belt that perfectly matches the shoes, or a wallet that isn't deformed by cards. A practical example, you can be wearing a simple outfit, jeans and white shirt, but if you add a classic watch, a quality leather belt and well-maintained shoes, you automatically elevate the entire look. The secret is not to overdo it. Choose 2 or 3 elements that complement your look without competing for attention. Another important tip, invest in timeless accessories. A classic watch will work for decades regardless of trends. And look, if you're seeing value in these tips, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I always share strategies tested in practice. Tip 5. Prioritize natural and noble fabrics. Now we reach a point that many men underestimate: the importance of natural and noble fabrics. The difference between a quality natural fabric and a cheap synthetic one is striking. Fabrics like Egyptian, cotton, merino, wool, pure linen, or natural silk have a fit and durability that simply doesn't exist in synthetics. When you use natural fabrics, they breathe better, are more comfortable during the day, and age elegantly. A quality cotton shirt becomes softer and softer over time. Besides, noble fabrics have a more sophisticated appearance. They reflect light differently and automatically transmit an impression of quality. The strategy is, whenever possible, Prioritize natural fabrics. Even if you pay a little more, the result compensates for the investment. Leave it in the comments. Have you noticed the difference between natural and synthetic fabrics in your daily life? Tip 6. Develop a consistent personal style. We reached the item I promised, something that completely changed my perception about elegance. Developing a consistent personal style. For a long time, I tried to follow all fashion trends, buying pieces because they were in fashion, without thinking if they really made sense for me. The result was a confused wardrobe without identity. That's when I realized that the most elegant men I knew had something in common. They had developed their own consistent style. The secret is identifying what works best for you, your body type, your lifestyle, your personality, and building a wardrobe based on these characteristics. If you work in a more formal environment, your style can revolve around well-cut suits and quality shirts. If your environment is more casual, you can bet on chinos and shirts without ties. The advantage of having a consistent style is that you'll always be well-dressed regardless of the situation. Tip 7. Maintain impeccable care and conservation of PICUS. And we reached the last point. The care and conservation of your clothes. There's no point in investing in quality pieces if you don't take proper care of them. Poorly maintained clothes, wrinkled, stained, or faded, will sabotage any attempt at elegance. Proper care includes washing clothes at correct temperatures, using appropriate hangers, and doing regular maintenance. A tip that makes all the difference. Learn to identify which pieces need dry cleaning and which can be washed at home. Another important thing is wardrobe organization. When your clothes are well organized and conserved, it becomes much easier to put together elegant looks for daily life. Recapping the 7 things that make a difference. Invest in quality. Keep clothes well fitted. Adopt a sophisticated color palette. Take care of details and accessories. Prioritize natural fabrics. Develop a consistent style. And maintain impeccable conservation of pieces. In my experience, applying these strategies will completely transform the way you present yourself to the world. And the most interesting thing is that it's not about spending more money, but about making smarter choices. The result is that you'll start automatically transmitting an image of prosperity and sophistication, even in casual situations. So which of these tips resonated most with you? Which one will you start applying first? Leave your experience in the comments, because I love exchanging ideas with men who, like us, understand the importance of taking care of appearance. If the content was useful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned, because in the next video I'll talk about the 5 mistakes that can destroy all your elegance. Until then, if you made it this far, it's because you take improving your style seriously. So I prepared this next video for you to watch. It's the perfect step for you to continue evolving. And take a look at this playlist too. It has a complete map to dress like a true gentleman over 40. Stylish, elegant, and powerful every day. Until the next video.